What's going on, y'all? What's the dilly? So look, it's gonna start in 30 minutes. Starting in up here. I don't know why. I do the weirdest things. This should be way bigger so you guys can see that. Like this big. But you know, I decided I was gonna do all this extra stuff here with my oh my gosh, I can't believe I did all this. I don't remember doing all this. Working too much, I tell you what. And then I get tired, and then this happens like last night. And this is why I've actually started talking, even though you can't see my face. And I should put my face on here while I'm apologizing. So give me 1 second while I edit this up like it should be. Man, I need to stop messing with stuff when I get tired. Well, I tell you what, sleep deprivation can destroy some things. Integrity is what is the thing on my mind, to tell you the truth. So I'll just start talking about it now. It's gonna take me a second. Yeah, integrity, right? So I was playing last night, and while I'm playing, I end up getting tired. I know it's you know, I've been up too long, right? Just way too long. But I want to continue playing, and so I do. I kind of play just, you know, take everything, you know, get everything off my mind, right? I get stressed out, and yeah, it just helps me forget about my life and all the, you know, things that are going on. Building a PC, I'm out there, you know, grinding, trying to build, you know, just make my RV livable on top of the studio that I'm gonna make inside of it. That I'm, you know, which is in the process, right? And then on top of that, like my little workshop, so I can still fix, repair phones, cell phones, whatever, computers, build computers, you know, and then also, you know, I'm building my first computer, right? And so, like, I've always repaired and rebuilt, and, like, you know, I've took 2 computers, make them into 1 computer, whatever I had to do, I did that to make money for a long time. And so I got a lot of experience with it, right? And so I take the, you know, I take building the PC pretty serious, right? Like, I'm not just your average first timer, because I've been working with these components for years, and I've been working with the best of the best only, like, specifically, right? And, you know, researching and talking about them, and, you know, troubleshooting them and helping people remotely for free, as a way for me not only to learn how to do these things, but give me that, you know, access to valuable information. So anyways, nonetheless, I was playing last night. This just ain't gonna work, is it? I was playing last night, and man, I lost my integrity. You know, I used a lot of cuss words, said a lot of mean things to people that couldn't probably even hear me say them all. And that is not what I'm trying to do here. Look, I've been working hard to be able to hit that you know, or not hit that 18 and plus, you know, restrict my viewers to 18 and older, right? Like, I don't want to have to do that, because my goal is to educate and not, you know, not to play video games and make some money. So if I had offended you last night, I know there were some people who probably saw, listen, whatever, let me know, or I'm letting you know. I am sorry. My bad. You know, I didn't look. I ain't got no excuse. I'm just telling you, this is what's going on in my life, and, like, you know, I think the biggest thing what gets me is like, when you take a $6,000 investment, put it into, you know, this streaming, which I've put more than that into it, right? Which I've made my money back twice, but when you, like, all at once though, right? Like, I bought all these computer parts. I think actually, if you look right here, like where this is moving right here, this was the components that I bought after I spent $2,300 on a computer. Like, just because I realized how bad the pre-built PCs were. Like, I didn't realize when you buy a pre-built PC, like, if you got a 3080 or 3090 in it, and you spent, you know, $2,000, $3,000 or less, you're not going to have a 3090 or 3080 in a pre-built PC that actually is going to work, right? It's just not going to happen. Like, if you can say it works, whatever, but you're not going to get the full potential of that. And that's, you know, that's like the main reason you're paying for that, right? That's what the main thing you're looking for is. So when I noticed that, like, I was like, okay, I got to get all these components. I get them all, and, like, it was as frustrating as it is, to have a motherboard that is, recalled by the manufacturer, which is what happened. Asus recalls a motherboard, and so the money I put into the components I'm gonna need for that, like proprietary, like you have to have these specific components. It's like a DDR5 RAM, and I'm obviously gonna get the best because I have the best motherboard, which is what Asus has to offer for their gamers. The Asus Hero, right? Like $680 is what I paid for, right? So then on top of that, like another $450 for the RAM, for the DDR5 G.Skill 6000 hertz RAM, right? Paid for that. And I paid another like $600 for the Wi-Fi 6E router, right? Like from Asus as well. I bought a like $250 power supply, like 1200 watt or 1000 watt, the gold edition of the Asus ROG power supply. I bought all Asus ROG fans. I bought an Asus ROG AIO all-in-one liquid cooler for the CPU. Wanted to buy one for the GPU, right? Like that was going to be on the to-do list, but I was already in, that's like a lot of money we're talking about, then I got like the biggest case possible from Newegg, right? Like, which is trash. It's bought and sold, or made and sold by Newegg, right? So it's like I didn't realize how easy those things are, like to break, how fragile they are, and so it's like I wasn't really impressed. But like, so there was a lot though. It's the point being. And then to call and to talk to Asus and to have them tell me like, well, sorry, you're gonna need to send your motherboard in so we can do anything. Like, okay, hold up. Now I done spent $680 paid for express shipping so I can get this motherboard on time. Spend another 6 racks on other things, and not only do you want me to send my item in, hold it for a couple of weeks or whatever, but you want me to sit there and be okay with the fact that I have to trust you twice, knowing that before, when I dealt with Asus, they robbed me of $1,200. So, no, I'm good on that, right? It's kind of disrespectful to say the least, and you didn't, like, you tell me you're worried about my safety, but what about the safety of my products? You know what I mean? Like, it's a simple thing. If you got a $6,000 worth of components are brand new out of the box, you put them into a motherboard that everybody knows it's catching fire to, right? Like it's got a short circuit. You send your components that are so expensive in static proof boxes and bags, right? So they don't get damaged on the way from, static, right? But then you tell me there's no way they can damage the internal peripherals or, that are connected to the motherboard whenever there's a shock, a surge. So yeah, like as I start playing, like throughout the day, and I start losing, right, or I'll start having internet connectivity issues, or I notice that my CPU is too hot, like I realize, like, dang, man, like I'm running an Intel, i7, 11th gen processor, but I have a $680 Intel i9 12th generation processor, right? I have that, and it would be running 1,000 times better with much more capabilities to be able to stream, to look at both of my, monitors, to be able to generate money, all types. So they're just affecting me in so many different ways. And so like it's like, and then we have on top of that, we got Warzone in general, right? It's now, took on the incredible task of being multi-platform, cross-platform, platform compatible. So it's like, I get it. Like Epic Games, came out with that Fortnite that like, shot off and like, did great after, they were kind of, it was kind of like a remake, a battle royale, if you will, like the first battle royale, but it's like a remake of the actual first, what's it called? Technical. I mean, like for a battle royale, in my opinion, GTA 5, right? So like that's what that kind of like inspired the other games out there, Rockstar Games, was Grand Theft Auto 5. So anyways, here's the point being is, it's like, okay, so now I'm in the game, I'm playing the game, we got issues on the server side for that it's distributing the game that I'm downloading on my internet, right? That I'm able to play, I'm able to see the graphics, the players, the movement, everything, right? You got those issues. You got the issues of the network. You got the issues of the tournament that I'm playing, right? Like not putting down the right score. It's like and then you got the issues of like there's just so many different things, and like, and then you watch, like this is what happened to me last night. So I'm watching these hackers start coming out at night, which usually happens a little bit more. Like I play a lot, right? So I've seen like 70, 80, 90 kills in a game by hackers, right? Like, now I'm not talking about multiplayers. I've dropped a 100 bomb before, multiple times, right, in multiplayer. I'm talking about Battle Royale where there's only 150 players and they die and they can come back maybe once, like that's way too many kills, right? And they're just, dropping everybody. So when you're now competing in the game, you can't just, entertain the audience. You gotta also play good, right? Because people didn't come to laugh. They didn't come for jokes, right? Even though that's going to help, keep them there, right? They didn't come for entertainment in that aspect. They came to see the gameplay. So it's frustrating to know, like, as a content creator, like, I'm gonna put myself, with a pre-built that's $2,300 at a competitive, advantage or position, a competitive position that would be similar to that of a person that's, that has like a $800 PS5, right, or whatever, or it's something like that. So it's like you put all that money into it, and then now you're downgraded, right, and so then you spend more money so you can have that multi-PC setup, and then you got companies like Asus who send out motherboards that get set on fire and are already known for stealing from me once, got me for $1,200, and they're telling me there ain't nothing they can do about it. So and then I put so much more money into like all their other products. I'm like, last night I lost it, right? Like I dropped all kinds of crazy words that could get me, like in trouble. I guess I don't even know what that means, right? So, look, the point being is, I know I messed up yesterday, and I don't care. Like, if anybody, most people that I know, they don't care, right? They know me, they know who I am. Like since I was a little baby, I've been running my mouth. When I grew up, that's how I was. Like, like if cussing was cool when I was a kid, like it was like something that my family laughed about. Like not all of them, but most of them. So like I was just a little troublemaker all the time, and so I've been working diligently to try to kind of change that demeanor that I provide, or my appearance. Like not just my appearance, but who I am personally, to be more uplifting, encouraging, and all that. And so competing in this tournament is going to, today is going to tell me a lot, like what, as far as where I'm gonna go with this, because look, SBD Gaming was the initial channel that I built, right? So I built the SBD Gaming, and then I got up to almost 1,000 followers, right? I'm like 690 or something like that likes or something like that, and I don't know how many followers. And so SBD Gaming, was originally owned by my first Facebook account, which were where all my old friends were, right? I had I had the maximum 5,000 friends that I could have. And that was when I was living in Wichita, Kansas, right? So I was like, I'm done with that life. Put that Facebook behind me. So I transferred the administrative permissions over to my new Facebook and just deleted the old account. And so in doing so, there's a business profile that goes with that. And so I've talked to customer support. I could still stream. I could still do everything, whatever. And I just wanted to get my money, which they said that was available. I just didn't have access to the accounting, management permissions. And so like it's like that they went in, they looked at that, and then instead of me getting my money or like something fixed, all of a sudden the whole thing disappeared. Now you can't find SBD Gaming, you can't find it on Facebook, you can't do anything. And it's like they're talking about putting $1 billion into SBD Gaming. I'm like, I'm sorry, not the SBD Gaming, but $1 billion into the Facebook gaming platform. And I was working day in and day out on the Facebook gaming platform, streaming my content, building my, creating content, sharing, liking, watching other videos, doing everything I can. All of a sudden, all that's gone, boom. And then all the money that I made, gone, boom. The money that my viewers, worked and for 40 hours a week, came home and sat down, watched a stream, and decided they're going to give me a portion of what they made, like their hard-earned money, gone. Like that was a huge blow to me. But I didn't give up there, and I never do, right? I don't ever quit. So it's going to be a hard journey for a lot of us out there, right? Like you look at a lot of the bigger streamers, and you'll see that most of them don't really even know how to create content as far as like the editing, look at Dr. Disrespect. He's got editors, he's got all types of different people that are doing everything for him, and so he's just a guy that plays a video game, right? Like that's all I see when I look at Dr. Disrespect, right? Like it's some cocky, arrogant prick that I'd like to smack in his mouth. But like you look at other people that are out there like grinding hard, like Nick Merckx and different people like that, like that have that that drive, right? It's like I watched one of the best players out there. I forget his name off the top of my head, but anyways, this specific content creator, he gets millions a month. He doesn't even know how to use Adobe. Like he's like Adobe's like the main thing. He's to edit photos, videos, thumbnails, all that good stuff, right? Like, and he scribbles on there his content creator code. That was his way of sharing it in the background. And it's just like, man, that's over $10,000 in equipment, and you just scribbled on the screen, like. So when I see stuff like that, it's like, man. So I put a lot of heart and effort, and I'm still going to keep doing that. But my goal is at gaming.sbd.how, right? Gaming.sbd.how is to provide a place that's kind of like an Amazon, right? Only where you're going to get the real feedback, right? Because customers, they get on there, they buy something, they don't know what they get mad, and they put up, bad feedback, right? They get on there, they buy something, they get their product on time, and it works as they think it's supposed to, they put up good feedback. But how many of those customers absolutely understand that equipment 100%, right? Like, very little. So my goal here with SBD Gaming, at gaming.sbd.how, is to provide a third party that has, insight and information to give without any biased or reason to be biased in the decision making or insight, provision of insight. And so it's like, that's the goal there, right? And so like streaming is like essential to that, right? Like to creating the search engine optimization I need to get my, to get my website where I need it, where I want it, right? So this is the reason why I stream. I'm on Facebook right now, I'm on Twitch, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Twitter, I'm streaming to all 4 of them at the same time. And if I took the time, I'd be also streaming to my own website, which it only takes like 10 minutes, right? And so, look, I do a lot. So like, you watch a hacker hop on there that spent, $25 because Sony allows, or Walmart, whoever it is, allows their products. Like if you go to the Sony section in any Walmart, there's a striker pack. If you want to use, you have to have a computer, right, to update it or whatever. And so I used it because I wanted paddles. I thought that was all it was. I get these paddles, I plug them in my computer, and I have to see the hack software in order to download it. Like it has to be in my visual. So now it's like a temptation, right, to everybody that's going to see this. To me, it's like I want to take that and put a C4 around it and blow it up, right? That's how, it should infuriate me, because you think a content creator, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13,000, whatever, they're putting into their systems and everything else so they can be prosperous. And then you get a hacker that comes around that can spend $25 and Walmart just throws that out. Oh, here's a striker pack. We're going to put it on the shelf here. You guys can hack, no problem right here. Just make it real simple for you. Like, really? It would take me 10 minutes to hack, and they would never know, because it is altering the way that we input the data from the controller, so it looks like a user is using that. And so it doesn't matter if it's the tournament that I'm playing right now that is using the algorithms on top of the, Rico Tech or whatever it is that they're putting on Warzone. They can't stop hacking. You're never going to stop it. If there's good, there's going to be bad. That's all there is to it, right? And I got to get over that. So I apologize last night for not seeing that my position or my potential to grow and just make the best of what I had, which was opportunities to display hackers, which get a lot of views, and something we could talk about, ways to diversify. Look, I know 1,000 ways I diversify and make it really hard for hackers, right? And so that's what I probably should have focused on. And I haven't maintained integrity, and I just wanted to make that apology and let y'all know my goal is to continue streaming and to start cussing less. I'm not going to say my goal is to stop cussing like cold turkey. This isn't a habit like cigarettes. This is something that I've been embedded to me. It's been embedded to me my whole life, So like, or trash talking. Like I'm one of the very few that does both, right? Like I'm trash talk, back it up, right? Like that's, and so I get angry, and I apologize if I offended y'all. And so the tournament's starting in 10 minutes. I'm gonna go get ready, and yeah, there's that.